Hello everybody, hi, welcome back to High Five Reseller Shop. My name is Derek. I've been selling on eBay for about 18 years now and put out videos on this channel to help people try and figure out eBay in some way, shape, or form, see what other people are doing, show what I'm selling so that you can pick it up at garage sales. I try and give you tips and tricks that I have used to try and navigate through the eBay world, and then we go over the things that have sold so you can see what I'm selling. Maybe you can find some similar items out in the wild at garage sales and estate sales and whatnot. So we had a pretty good weekend, I would say. We sold 16 items over the course of the weekend. It could have been 17, but it was 16 and a little less than $400 gross. I say there could have been one more sale because somebody asked if I could ship something out on Saturday, and I said it was like a $6 CD, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that for $6. It'll have to go out on Monday. And then they were like, they wanted an offer on the item, which made me even less interested, and then they backed out of the whole thing like just minutes later. So troublesome customers, they show themselves really fast. Usually just because of that, I'll tell you, like, if somebody messaged me twice with questions that are already in the listing, I usually just block them. There's just going to be trouble no matter what. And then if people keep asking questions like, is it clean, things of that nature, I understand that if you want me to look at it thoroughly again, I'm willing to do that. But there are people who ask multiple questions after that. People who are that specific about it. I'm not selling collectible Legos in the box or Transformers still in the cases or collectibles, Funko Pops and stuff like that. I don't sell that stuff. So if my stuff is really in great condition, but if you're looking for collectible condition, you might want to look somewhere else. I mean, that's just my theory on it. They're never going to be happy. They're always going to find something that's wrong with it. And then you get that elusive email or message comment later, like them just looking for a couple dollars back. So I tend to just steer clear, shy away from those people, and direct them to other sellers that may have that kind of stuff. So I had one of those on Friday, and I kind of told them I wasn't going to do any, I think, extra for $6, So if it was like a $50 or $60 item, I might have jumped through a couple hoops to get it, but I'm not going to do anything extra for $6. I had already taken the packages to the post office, so they were out of luck on that. But we sold 16 things. Let's go through those things and show you what I sold on eBay for a profit. Okay, so this one looks like, let me look and see if it's international, because that'll be good. No, just an international name. So this is a Moschino solid pink, made in Italy, virgin wool skirt and suit jacket. So there's the tag, Moschino. Size 12. Got this a long time ago from somebody in Chicago when I lived in Chicago. And I just never got around to putting up her. I put up all the rest of her clothes, but I never did get around to her suits and stuff like that. So she was a lawyer in Chicago, and she gave me some clothes. So this just skirt, it's got this like gauzy type material here, and then the jacket to go with it, one button and a little bow on it, so that's cool. Size 12, and this was an end and sell similar about a month ago. So, and it's all similar. It was working. So that sold for, it was a nice sale. Let me go back to the screen. That sold for $41.99. The next item was also a pretty good sale. It was a CD. This was a surprise. I think it might be comedy, but it's, I don't know. It looks like it's comedy, but it could be like jazz or something, or folk or something like that. Are You Serious by Tierce Green. I've never heard that name, and it's got that really old, like, I would say this looks like Comedy Central graphics back in the like 80s and 90s. It's $25 plus shipping on top, so that's a really good CD sale right there. The next item, person bought 2 CDs, and they wanted me to ship them together and send them back the difference for the shipping, which the combined shipping, I'm happy to do that every time that it happens. We love repeat buyers. So this Carla Bozulich Redheaded Stranger CD, that sold for $3.74. And then this is Scarnella, self-titled. This sold for $4.99 plus shipping on top. So I will refund that guy the shipping on at least one of them. It'll be something like $4 in shipping that he's gonna save. The next thing that sold was another CD, Cleveland Lounge Drowning Electronic Trance Techno Music, from 2000, sold for $9.99 plus shipping on top. The next item, I have a message out to the person who bought this. It was a Mizzou Tigers 5-piece flask and shot glass set. So there's 4 shot glasses with the Mizzou Tiger on it, and then this flask, this stainless steel flask. It's got the Mizzou Tiger on it, and it is new in packaging. I don't know how that I can't find this in my inventory. I don't know what happened with it. I don't remember giving it as a gift to anybody, because I don't really know anybody who is going or was going to Mizzou. So it is new in package, so it could have been a gift I gave to somebody, but I don't remember that. And so I messaged these people. I have 4 St. Louis Cardinals ones. So I messaged them, hey, would you be interested in a St. Louis Cardinals one? I can get this out to you. But if they were dead set on the top Mizzou Tigers, like it was a graduation gift or something, that's a terrible graduation gift. If they were dead set on that, then I'll just refund them the money. I'm sorry. So that was $16, but pending a return, or pending a refund on it. The next item that sold was a book. Here it is. This book, Icebreaker by Leon Tanner, is new. It's like a young adult book, or a scholastic book, kind of young reader. $4.99 plus shipping on top. The next item, going back to the conversation about somebody asking you, does it have any scratches on it, or is it in good condition? Well, I don't really put stuff up with scratches on it. I usually get them resurfaced, but I'll go check. And so this person asked if this was in great shape. So I checked, no scratches on it. It's Reba McEntire, The Heart Won't Lie. I think it's with Vince Gill. Country music, 1993. $10 plus shipping on top for that. The next item is this Boyd's Bears Village House. There you go. It is Madge's Beauty Salon, Bait Shop. So that's a nice combination of businesses going together. And this sold for $9 plus shipping on top. And it is going to a third-party shipper in Oregon. So that's cool. Those things tend to go overseas. I don't know why. Speaking of the Boyd's Bears, I think I'm at the point where I am going to have to figure out a way, an exit strategy on the Boyd's Bears. I need the space in the storage area. So I'm going to see if I can sell them as a big lot through Facebook Marketplace and kind of try and be done with that consignment sale. We'll see what transpires, but I haven't done anything other than I have thought about what is a good exit strategy on that. I don't think lotting them up and putting them on eBay is very good, because I had somebody who was interested in 5 or 6, 7 of these Boyd's Bears, and then I told them how much it's going to cost to ship, because some of them are large, and they were not interested anymore. So, and I gave them a good deal on I took a lot of money off of the table on the Boyd's Bears, because I knew the shipping was going to be high. But anyway, that Boyd's Bears thing sold for $9 plus shipping on top. The next item is newly listed. I think I listed this on Thursday or Friday last week. Could have been Saturday evening, because I did list several times late in the week last week. And I was more happy with my sales after I did some listings. So we all know you gotta list stuff in order for stuff to sell. So if you're not listing, you're not gonna be selling stuff. The algorithm likes an active eBay store. So the next thing that sold was this 4 CD lot of Lana Del Rey CDs. So Paradise, Lust for Life, Ultra Violence, and Honeymoon. This 4 CD lot sold for $17 plus shipping on top. I think I got those, pretty sure I got those for my last CD buy, and now they've been listed and they sold. They're already through the system. So your best stuff, your top 10 stuff sells right away. I would have made absolutely no money on that if I had listed each of those separately, though. Each of those separately was about $4 or $5. Lot them up together, make the one chunk, make somebody happy, and they have basically, I think there's maybe 2 other Lana Del Rey CDs. I mean, basically you have the whole collection of CDs in one swoop. The next thing that sold was these Jones New York Country Ivory size 16 linen pants. So it's a linen pant with a drawstring, $13.99 plus shipping on top for those. If you sell clothes, linen, I'll always pick up the linen stuff. If it's got a brand name and it's linen, pick it up. It'll sell. People are looking for linen now. A lot of people, and including myself, are trying to get away from these plastic fabrics, the polyester, the polyethylene, the nylon, the rayon. Trying to get away from all those trying to go back to cotton and linen, and with sweaters, wool. Yeah, you have to wear something underneath it, but these natural fabrics are what people want, and they're going to pay a premium for. And stuff with age obviously always sells. So if it not for white pants, you don't want aging on the white pants, but if you have like a denim jacket, people want that with age on it. So the next item that's sold is this Forever Freestyle CD. I actually downloaded this when I listed it. It's got some good stuff on there. This is sold for $12 with shipping on top. It's got the Cover Girls on it. Show Me, Point of No Return by Expose. Can You Feel the Beat, Lisa and the Cult Jam. Let the Music Play by Shannon, which Kendrick Lamar, I think, used in one of his songs recently. Cynthia and Johnny O, Dream Boy, Dream Girl. That was always a favorite one of mine back in the day. Two of Hearts by Stacy Q. Spring Love by Stevie B. This was Everything Chicago right here back in the 80s and 90s with our ZZ Cavarici pants and our IOU sweatshirts. I don't think IOU sweatshirts made it out of Chicago. I don't know what it was about that at my high school, but I don't think it traveled anywhere else. So that sold for, what was that, $12 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was these American Eagle cutoff shorts, size 6. These sold for $7.50 plus shipping on top. Not a really big bang for your buck on American Eagle stuff, but if you get it for like a quarter or whatever, might as well take it. And then you just let it sit in the death pile. When I do clothes, like I try to keep them in the bags of like the garage sale. I went to this garage sale and I got this group of stuff, and then I got this group of stuff at a different garage sale, and I put how much I paid per piece in it. Or like if I did the Nixa community sale, I will bag it all up and then I'll put a note in it that I spent $130 that day in there, and I might take out I might not say 130 because I didn't spend 130 on the clothes that are in there. I spent 30 on glassware and then 100 on clothes, so I ran $100 in there. Bag it up, keep it together. That's how I'm starting to keep stuff, but I can see a problem when I go to list it, because I like to do 50 pairs of shorts at one time or 50 blouses, take pictures at one time. So that'll be tricky. I don't necessarily know how I'm going to do it when I come to that, but I haven't gotten to that point yet. I will keep you informed what I do. The next thing I sold was something that I listed on Saturday. Listed on Saturday. I think it's sold on Sunday evening. So it was this Best of Dean Martin variety show. There's 10 videos in the bunch. Volume 12, 16, 17, and 20 through 26. These 10 DVDs sold for $18 plus shipping on top. And quick sale. So lot things up. It might work better than selling them individually. The next item that sold was another CD. Paul Hardcastle Jazz Masters, The Greatest Hits. This was surprising. Trying to think of where I got this from. Where was that stack of CDs from? I bought off Facebook Marketplace some CDs. I think this was in it. This sold for $15.99. I think I bought the CDs for $15. So I didn't write that down, so that's shame on me. But I think that covers that Facebook Marketplace. And there were like 10 other CDs that were worth something in there. Couple of things that I lotted up. A couple of Billy Joel CDs, and then some Kathy Mattea CDs that I lotted up, plus some individual stuff. The next item again is another end and sell similar, and I ended and sold similar on this on the 14th, Wednesday of last week. So this little 2 cosmetic bags that say New York on them, they're like a vinyl thing. They got part of a map on there. Pretty cool. I've had that for a long time. I think I got it in a clean out. This sold for $12 with shipping on top. So that was everything there. I was going to talk about today really quick how to set up your titles for your listings if you're doing clothing. And you can use this title structure for other things, but just some of the specifics that I'm going to talk about in clothing aren't going to apply to you. So the first thing would be using the brand name. First, number one is brand name. And then, so Nike, Ralph Lauren, any of the brand names. So that's the first thing you put in there. And then the next kind of thing in there is going to be what kind of item it is. So is it a sweatshirt? Is it a blouse? Is it a shirt? Is it a top? Is it a pair of pants? Is it shoes? Whatever it is. So you're going to put that item in there. And then you're going to do the gender. So men's or women's. Let me go back on that because I don't really... Some of these things are in the left-hand navigation menu, and we've talked about this before. Left-hand navigation kind of eliminates the need for some of these things. So gender, you could put men's or women's. I don't have a problem with that. But it is in the left-hand navigation. So some people who are sorting things by left-hand navigation are already going to have it chosen that. So you're just wasting characters at that point. I do put it in my titles, but it's not super necessary, and I don't really know if it's necessary right in the middle of your listing thing. I think you could go size next as well. You could put the gender at the end, but brand name, and then what is the item, and then the size, and then the color, and then your keywords or your features. So one of my listings here, the shorts that sold, that's not really good. Let's do the pants. The linen pants that sold. Okay, I showed you these earlier. These sold for $13.99. Let me see here if it'll tell me the date it was listed. These were listed November 7th, 2024. So it's November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So about 7 months. They've been up. That's not bad. It's not terrible. You may want it to sell quicker, but it's a pretty good time for it to sell. This one is up as Jones New York Country. That was the name of the brand and the sub-brand. So Country is the sub-brand. Jones New York is the brand. Country is the sub-brand. Ivory, the color. Size 16. So I flip-flop there, Ivory and the size. Size 16. Linen. I put linen in there because that's a feature that people are going to be looking for. Straight leg, feature. Drawstring, feature. Pants. So I didn't do what this listing thing said. And this listing advice was from somebody on eBay. I haven't really tested it very much yet, but so you could put pants closer to the front. New York, Jones New York Country pants, Ivory, size 16, linen, straight leg, drawstring. And then if you have some other keyword, you could throw it in there at the end. And so that's how the structure of your title. People put vintage in the title. Now you could put vintage, VINTAGE, or you could put VTG. The algorithm recognizes both of those as the same thing. So you don't have to spell it out. If you don't want to, you could save the letter, the characters, and use it for something else. There are other situations in which that happens, and none of them are coming to my mind right now, but vintage is one of them. So if you have a vintage t-shirt, you could put VTG and then go on with your description. I would put vintage at the front, because if you're looking for vintage t-shirts, you're going to type in vintage first and then t-shirts. So the trick is that when eBay is pulling up items for people, they're going to pull them up exactly as that person typed. It's looking for an exact match for the thing that you typed in. And then after it can't find that exact thing, it'll give you similar things underneath it. So it'll be stuff at the top. The first couple lines will be the same as what you typed in. If nothing is the same as what you typed in, then they'll go to the secondary thing. But if there will be 3 rows of the thing that you typed in, and then underneath that will be 3 other rows of items that, you didn't type in exactly that way. Maybe you switched words, kind of thing. So that is what it is. If you have any questions about that, I can go more in depth in the comments. Please share this this video with people who are eBay resellers. Hopefully they'll be able to get something out of it. They'll be able to see what they can pick up at yard sales coming in the coming weeks. But that's all I got for you today. Remember that Jesus loves you, wants to have a relationship with you. And always, when you find that steal of a deal, always give yourself a self high five. See you next time.